In 1890, although an able pupil in school, he always had an intuition that the worldly teachings were not something that he was looking out for. He delved into the ancient Digambara texts, and with his experiential wisdom, he elucidated profound truths to the masses who were previously unaware of the true essence of Jainism.
पूज्य गुरुदेव श्री कांजी स्वामी को
The teachings were not something that he was looking out for. He delved into the ancient Digambara texts, and with his experiential wisdom, he elucidated profound truths to the masses who were previously unaware of the true essence of Jainism.
પૂજ્ય ગુરુદેવ શ્રી કાંજી સ્વામી કોલેજ આજે તો લગભગ ઘણા ખરા સૌરાષ્ટ્ર ગુજરાતને ભારતને પણ વિદેશમાં પણ એમને લોકો જાણતા થયા છે તેમના જીવન વિશે એક જાણવાની જિજ્ઞાસા લોકોને હોય એ સ્વાભાવિક છે. When he was a child, he was born and up to age of 13, he was in Umrala. From childhood only, he said, I want to have an eternal happiness, a pure religious mind उनका था इसलिए એનાથી એમને ધર્મની એક જિજ્ઞાસા રહે અને એના માટે એમણે નાનપણથી સત્યની શોધ શરૂ કરવાનો માટે 24 વર્ષની ઉંમરે દીક્ષા લીધેલી 13 વર્ષની પોતે અહીંયા રહ્યા એના પછી 9 વર્ષ પાલેજ રહ્યા અને 1.5 વર્ષ અભ્યાસ કર્યો એ રીતે 24 વર્ષની ઉંમરે રિયલ હેપીનેસની સર્ચ કરવા માટે એમણે દીક્ષા લીધી.
At the age of 24, he took vows of celibacy and was initiated as a Jain monk of another sect. A person of great intellect and a compelling orator, his qualities of simplicity, modesty, humility, and profound reverence for true religion shone through in his sermons and conduct. Followers flocked from far and wide to listen to his discourses, earning him the title of the Kohinoor of Kathiawar.
He was the one who was so particular and perfect in his conduct. All through his life, he was celibate, a brahmachari. He never even thought of harming a smallest creature. Like if somebody stepped on the grass coming to him, his heart would, like, oh no, isme jeev hai. You should not do this. So he was that particular. He would say even worshipping God does not lead to moksha. Only self-realization leads to moksha.
All you need to do is to understand about the nature of your own soul, and you don't need any intermediaries to do that even. You just only need your own kind of purushat, so your own self-effort through swadhyaya, through your own self-study. So this was something quite unique that I hadn't come across before.
Kanji Swami was always on a quest for eternal bliss. He traveled to many places and searched for a quiet, secluded place as he did not desire social upheaval. During his exploration for a suitable place, he reached songadh.
He came to the railway station of songadh અને ત્યારે એક દામાણી હીરાચંદભાઈ એમને રિક્વેસ્ટ વિનંતી કરવા આવ્યા કે મહારાજ મારું ઘર એક એમ્પ્ટી હમણાં થયેલું છે જેને મેં રેન્ટેડ કર્યું હતું એ અત્યારના ગયા છે અને વી આર નોટ યુઝિંગ ઇટ અને બિલ્ડિંગનું નામ ત્યારે હતું સ્ટાર ઓફ ઇન્ડિયા. તો ગુરુદેવ said, let us see, we'll go to the songadh and we'll see is it proper or not. And it was so peaceful area. So he decided, let us see. So 2 days he stayed in Songadh's village and he sent his believer followers to see that this is proper place or not. So where I am standing here is same place. Then this find it very okay. So he decided, let us stay here.
Gurudev Shri was in a small hut known as Star of India, and as and when his popularity grew, all the devotees at that time realized that now Puja Gurudev Shri will have to relocate to some better place. So with a very devotion and bhakti bhav, they all created the Swadhyaya Mandir.
The first structure constructed in Songadh was the Swadhyaya Mandir in the year 1938.
પછી તો લોકો વિચારતા થયા કે કાંજી સ્વામી માટે ગુરુદેવશ્રી માટે એક રેસિડેન્સ હતું અને એક લેક્ચરર હોલ આપણે કોઈ ક્રિએટ કરવું પડશે, બિલ્ડ કરવું પડશે અને એના માટે વિચાર કરતા જે અત્યારના સ્વાધ્યાય મંદિર છે એ ત્યાં બંધાણું હતું અને એ અત્યારના તમે કહીએ તો 95 વર્ષ પહેલાં એ બિલ્ડિંગ બંધાણું. એમના એક 4 કોર્નરમાં 4 રૂમ્સ છે, એમાં વન ઓફ ધ રૂમમાં પોતે પોતાનું રેસિડન્સ બનાવ્યું અને અંદરમાં એક 50 by 25 ફીટનો એરિયાના એ એમનું લેક્ચર હોલ બન્યો હતો.
Later, his followers felt the need for a Digambar Jain temple, which was constructed in the year 1941. A year later, Jinendra Dharma Sabha was built.
એક સમવસરણ મંદિર કે જૈન ધર્મના જે હાયેસ્ટ જે પ્રીચર હોય દેટ ઇઝ કોલ્ડ ધ તીર્થંકર અને એમનું જે ઉપદેશ દેવાનો એક પ્લેસ હોય ઓડિટોરિયમ જેવી રીતે કહીએ કે જેમાં ઓડિયન્સ હોય અને જે આ લેક્ચર ઇઝ કોલ્ડ ધ સમવસરણ અને એમાં ઈચ એન્ડ એવરી વન ઇઝ બીન એલાઉડ તો એવું સમવસરણ બન્યું.
In subsequent years, the Panch Parmagam Mandir and Nandishwar Mandir were constructed, giving shape to the songadh complex as it stands today.
The Panch Parmagam Mandir, which is a unique temple that has the golden words of Acharya Kundkund Dev from the Panch Parmagam that have been engraved on all the walls of the temple. So that Parmagam Mandir has, kind of immortalized Kundkund Acharya Dev's teaching. So that centuries and centuries later also, people will continue to get the essence of the soul and the path of liberation. After that, the last temple that was constructed here was Nandishwar Dweep and Panchmeru Mandir.
વર્ષ 4 મહિના તેમને ત્યાં રહ્યા. એમાં એમની જ્યારે 32 વર્ષની ઉંમર હતી ત્યારે એક સમયસાર નામનું શાસ્ત્ર દામનગરમાં એમને મળ્યો. એમને જે અંદરમાં ઇન્ક્વિઝિટી હતી, ક્વેશ્ચન હતા, એનું બધું સોલ્યુશન એમને એ શાસ્ત્રમાંથી એમને મળ્યું અને એમને થયું કે ના જેની હું શોધમાં છું તે આ જ છે.
There was a lot of, I can say opposition to his principles, to his teaching, and across, there were articles being written about him that were negative and all. And he used to say, "આ બધા ભૂલેલા ભગવાન છે," which means that they are gods, but they have forgotten themselves. Such was his compassionate and equanimous nature, and his life is a living inspiration for people like us who have never seen him.
Puja Gurudev would always say that each living being is a pure soul, and one has to recognize it, one has to know it, and one has to experience it. And that is the path to liberation.
So he had this perfect balance of what your inner vision should be. Like inner vision has to be fixated in the soul. The belief has to be like, I am the pure soul and I am not doing all the external activities. And how your behavior should also be, which is a perfect balance. In Jain, there are 2 branches, Dravyani Yoga and Charanani Yoga. Dravyani Yoga talks about the nature of the soul. That's what Gurudev was. And Charanani Yoga used to talk about your activities of mind, body and speech. And he was perfect in both. His food was very simple. He hardly had any possessions. And people used to literally throng at his feet. But he had no pride, no ownership of anything.
Puja Gurudev has always emphasized for the mumukshus that they must daily do swadhyay, which is reading of the scriptures, and listen to what is stated in the scriptures which are authentic. Through that, they will get to understand the meaning of life, they will get to understand the attributes of the substances. Hence, Gurudev even today is very relevant because each one finds something useful, something meaningful in this daily practice of doing the swadhyay.
In Songadh, Gurudev Kanji Swami continued his swadhyay and lectured regularly for 45 years. These lectures were primarily focused on the nature of the soul and how to experience the soul. Gurudev Kanji Swami's lectures, delivered in his own voice, were fortunately recorded by his devotees. Today, there are almost 10,000 hours of recording available online. They are played daily in several temples, providing soul seekers with profound truths from Jain scriptures. Gurudev's beliefs and teachings inspire people and students even today.
I want to share you one fact about Puja Gurudev Ji, that he only studied till 6th standard and academically in his school. But even big philosophers, big persons who were famous for their fields like scientists and judges, doctors, etc. came to Gurudev Ji for knowing their preachings and teachings.
હું પરમાત્મા છું એમ નક્કી કર, હું પરમાત્મા છું એમ નિર્ણય કર, હું પરમાત્મા છું એવો અનુભવ કર.
My favorite thing about Gurudev Shri is his teaching about pure soul, Bhagwan Atma. The thing I like most about Gurudev Shri is there is not even a single pravachan of him in which he had not talked about Bhagwan Atma.
The best thing I like from Puja Gurudev Shri is his simplicity. He had no ego or pride for anyone, even after getting honors from people like Mahatma Gandhi and Lal Bahadur Shastri.
Puj Gurudev Shri is my idol because only he said that we are Bhagwan Atma, we are God. We only need to know our real identity.
All the pravachans of Gurudev Shri told us about two things. First is Shubha, means good. Second thing is Dharma. If we understand about difference between these two things, so we can achieve real happiness.
We have only heard about him and heard his lectures, but still it inspires us every single day to walk on the path of righteousness. He does not allow us to falter and, let these feelings of greed or mayachari arise within us, because looking at his simple living, we are also inspired that no, if I want to live a life, I want to live like Gurudev Shri. That is what he was for us.
In songadh, the journey of self-discovery persists. In the next episode, we explore the mystical traditions and the celebrated Bahubali monolith statue. Alongside the Jain Panch Kalyana Pratishtha.